Yodeloo! Hello, hello, hello. Happy 5th anniversary to the channel! Woo! I could not put in that much effort though to find whatchamacallit, a sound effect for like happiness and stuff like that. Also, I could not find a good like party hat to put on top of Sir Alfred. But alas, hello everybody, thank you all for showing up to the 5th anniversary of the channel. I hope everyone's doing super well. Basically, the way this whole thing is gonna go is I have a thingy that we'll go through. We'll look back at some of my first content in general, and I'll talk about some of the things that came along with it, maybe share some stories as well. Then we'll hop into some Q&A, and I'll talk about where the future of the channel is gonna go. So it'll be a pretty quick one. I won't spend too much time reminiscing and stuff like that, but at the same time, it is going to be very fun. All right. So I have a PowerPoint. I spent last night making it, and yeah, I'm basic as heck. The PowerPoint is more so for me just to keep track with everything that's going on and stuff like that, but I felt like it was only necessary and stuff like that. Also, with Tenchi being my favorite character, I had to bring back the overlay of having Tenchi somewhere on screen and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get started. So I figured one of the things I want to start with was to just kind of show people kind of where we came from. So let's take a look at my setups across time. The original setup was in my university apartment back in 2017, and essentially, it really was just an old wooden desk. It was a laptop with a cooling pad with every single cord imaginable attached to it with a monitor. Liquid and Guavs know this room all too well. But essentially, like, yeah, my mic was there, and I would bring that mic in front of the laptop whenever I would stream or do recordings, where that textbook is and stuff like that. I have my controllers over to the left and stuff like that. And yeah, I kind of wanted to show just like, we started this whole thing out very, very, very basic, like just with a laptop. All the original videos and streams I did were from that laptop and just a very basic Samsung monitor. Like, it was a 23-inch that I think at most barely hit like 720p, but it was really nothing fancy and stuff like that. I even have a USB dock that you can like kind of see. Let me bring my cursor back. Oh, I guess you guys can't see it. Lame-o. But yeah, there's between next to little Ice Luigi there and stuff like that. That's kind of how it was. And Sir Alfred is there too. He's kind of been with me the entire way and stuff like that. And when I will go through the Rockwind video, I'll talk about the funny thing about this room and stuff like that. But eventually, for after 2 years, so 2017, 2019 was this setup. It didn't really change that much as time went on and stuff like that. And then 2019, I graduated from university and I moved across the country to a different state. And then I got this setup. And it's not like how it started, nor is it how it ended. I kind of wish I had a picture of how it ended because I think that was much better and stuff like that. But eventually I moved on and got my apartment set up that kind of existed for a while. And it's somewhat close to what the final was. Eventually this wooden desk became much longer and stuff like that, because I had a second partition to it. But again, for a while, I had just a laptop with every cord imaginable attached to it. I had another monitor there. I even had this third one attached too for like certain things as well, but it was mainly used for work and stuff like that. That laptop on the right there is actually my work laptop and whatnot. But I would use that third monitor, that Samsung monitor again for like random things as well. And I actually upgraded the monitor to, you know, an MSI 32-inch monitor, which unfortunately doesn't work anymore. Freaking broke on the move to my new house, which is sadly annoying. But eventually, yeah, this setup was kind of how it was for a while with the snowball and stuff like that. Just the desk became much longer with the wood thing, and actually the desk changed its orientation to where the wood was actually parallel with the wall, so it was not like in parallel with the window, but it was actually perpendicular to where the window was and stuff like that. I wish my cursor would show so you. Oh, I guess you could see it. Yeah, so like it was parallel to this side and stuff like that. But that also, again, kind of was a setup. And eventually, you know, I did build the PC. I did get a better microphone. I did eventually upgrade to the Blue Yeti and stuff like that. And that actually brings us to today and what I have currently, which is my current office setup. That's where the table went. Yep, I commandeered that one, and this is actually what my current setup is. This is my current office room and just how currently things are. I bought a new monitor to the right, which is now vertical. I have an LG monitor, which is now in front of me because I needed a 32-inch monitor. That TV over there to the left was actually the TV that I had back in my apartment before this and stuff like that. Oh, Sunset, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it a lot. Gonna move them over here, actually. Oh, snappity-doo, it's a raid. Welcome to my 5th anniversary. And so, essentially, what it is that I have, and the PC's kind of there in the middle too. And so I have this hooked up as a third monitor, and mainly I just use these two and stuff like that as well. And then I have a stand for the Blue Yeti. Thank you, Sunset. Thank you for the raid again. Appreciate it. And so the funny thing about this desk, actually, this desk was a really good desk that I bought from Costco because it was a standing desk and stuff like that, and it looks quite sexy. Also, I should mention that the BGM is not actually that. It is actually Toho related. Do I stand and use it? Occasionally, yeah. I do use it while I'm at work and stuff like that. Oh, I'm at wallpaper. Oh, yes. Yes, I have the East BG. Of course. Have to go. By this point, I had played all the East games and stuff like that. But so the monitor mount that you can kind of see here in the background a tiny bit is, like, the desk itself is not conducive to monitor mounts. So this was a nigh impossible feat to mount and stuff like that. But it eventually worked. I probably would not have picked up this desk if I had known it was not good for monitor mounts and stuff like that. But we made it work. And so this is actually how the desk setup currently is, with my PC there hooked up to literally everything known as possible. I have my actual headphones there. I have some speakers on my desk, and I have the TV as well. I use the TV whenever I'm playing like PC games. Like when I played The Great Ace Attorney on Steam, I would actually move the game over to that TV, and then there's a futon/couch on the opposite end of that I would use as well. And you'll see the same chair, but I did actually upgrade my chair and stuff like that too. So what's the point of me showing you this is just that, like, anyone can start with content creation. Anyone can start doing anything, even with the simplicity of a laptop. And as you find yourself going into your craft, as you find yourself enjoying what you do and stuff like that, and you really appreciate everything that goes into it, then yeah, go ahead and chill out the extra money, dineros and monies to make your craft better and stuff like that. At the end of the day, right, these are all just tools of the trade. And you can get better quality with better tools and stuff like that, but you also need to know how to use those tools as well. And so it's something that I find, like, coming from here to where it was just a laptop that I also used for schoolwork and everything, to now a proper desk, proper speakers, proper headphones, proper microphone and stuff like that. It's been a fantastic journey. Moogle! That is my favorite poster, actually, by the way. It's one of the first posters I bought from Anime Milwaukee when Liquid and I went in 2016 which I have to actually get framed because it's starting to tear apart a little bit because it's a 6-year-old poster. But I am in love with that poster so much. So I will eventually get it framed and put it. I will put it back above my current setup and stuff like that. That's where it belongs. Even here, it's not in this picture, but the Moogle photo is actually above this and everything and such. Yeah. So things have definitely grown with this as time went on, and I'm quite content with how things are with the current setup. I don't see it changing anytime soon, honestly. Maybe I'll change desks, because this desk is also what I use for work.
Just a few souvenirs.
Hey, Esto, thank you so much for the sub.
Memories.
Appreciate it. I might get a better desk because my work setup is also this desk, and it is kind of annoying to use as a work desk at the same time. But we shall see. So yeah, those have been my setups across time over the past 5 years and stuff like that. And it's really honestly crazy to think about, like, how much in 5 years things have grown. Thank you, Esto. Then wall mount the TV. It looks lower than it actually is, but it's actually in a pretty good spot. It probably could be a little bit higher, but I don't think it's something I would want to wall mount. Also, a vertical monitor is quite interesting, I'll say. It is pretty helpful if you have a big main monitor. It's where I have OBS, it's where I have chat, it's where I have Discord, it's where I have a lot of other things, but it is quite nice. So yeah, those have been my setups across time. And now I kind of want to take a look back at my first video. So I'm going to show us 4 videos. We'll maybe watch all of that. We'll maybe go through all of them or just kind of skim through them. But yeah, let's take a look at kind of where my content originally went and such. They're good until you need to mess around with cables. Exactly, yeah. They're kind of a whole thing. And then I need to do this. Oh, I guess that doesn't matter. Yes. And douche. So the original video that I had, thank you so much, Sunset. Thank you for showing up. Well, no, young goalie time. I've always been old. So this video actually originally debuted back in July 27th of 2016. So I was actually still a sophomore in university, and I was living in a dorm room with Liquid and stuff like that. I wish I had a picture from then, but yeah. This is when I started originally learning how to use OBS and stuff like that. And you'll find that the quality too, it's 720. But like, it's not really 720, let's be real and stuff like that. This is when I was still experimenting with OBS and stuff like that. I didn't have a mic at this time to actually even do commentary. So I was tapping into the old style 2008 text way of doing videos and stuff like that. And I was also just going back into Monkey Ball and stuff like that because I'd also gotten back into emulating and stuff like that, because that laptop that I had, the HP Envy, actually had a minor graphics card in it, so I actually could emulate for once. And so I was able to pick this up on the GameCube and emulate again and stuff like that. And so I figured, why not mess around with Monkey Ball? Why not learn how to record a little bit and make a video out of it? Because I had always wanted to make videos and stuff like that, which I'll get into during the Q&A, kind of like where this whole thing began. Monkey?
Why?
Monkey. You have shown me, Monkey. Monkey.
That will never fail to make me laugh. Oh wait, did it abruptly stop? That's weird. And so I had also been messing around with like Fraps, Camtasia, OBS, XSplit. I had tried a lot of different ways to record up until this point. It's something I had actually been considering since like 2011 or so, but I never got around to it. Yeah, I'd make silly noises too if I got put into a room full of bananas. It's nice to know that over time my comedy style really hasn't changed that much. It's gotten refined, but it's basically the same thing. Rather, I actually make the silly noises myself nowadays. Ah, yes, the warp. There's a warp in this area that you have to basically go above this ramp here to get. And if you nail it, then, well, you get to warp ahead and stuff like that, but... Oh, man, not gonna lie. Seeing the text, though, is kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, man. It is ever slow, slightly cringe, admittedly so, but... What year was this vid posted? 2016! Back in January, when I was a sophomore at university, so technically 6 years ago. The text is kind of funny. Not even outlined, listen. I had no idea how to do any of this back then. I essentially just looked it up and would like follow YouTube tutorials and figure it out and stuff like that. I had no knowledge of video terminology, audio terminology, and everything. Damn, one banana. Oh god, this level. The music here is great, but this level is absolutely horrendously hard because of the way the guitar strings are. So I think I just take the easy path. Gotta haul bananas on this one. Oh man. It's okay, he has banana. You know what's actually kind of funny? Like, the whole monkey thing came from Ape Escape, right? Like, the whole monkey meme, Ape Escape 2, Ape Escape 3, the whole thing came over and stuff like that. When in reality, the monkey thing started back in 2016. It was just destined to be. I've waited 5 years for this vid to get a voiceover. And a 2. If I, like, knew what was going on, then I could probably voice over and stuff like that. Don't worry, Gold, I'm sure you can peel it off. Esto, you have no idea how much I miss your puns on a consistent basis. They are just amazing. Yeah, these blocks do actually move based on how you move and stuff like that. And they're hella annoying. You're gonna buy me a monkey on your next birthday? Did you know there's actually a university, I think in like Georgia or something like that? I don't know if they still do it, but I remember at a time, I learned in high school that in Georgia, you can actually, there's an animal studies program in a university in Georgia that you basically adopt a monkey for a while in order to understand and help it learn speech patterns and stuff like that. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember like that was a thing that you could do. There's a pretty famous story about a monkey. I think that's where like Coco the gorilla or one of the gorillas came to be that learned like sign language and stuff like that. I think it was Georgia. I know it was some state in the South. But essentially for your entirety of your master's thesis, you basically have a monkey the entire time. And, you know, try to teach it how to talk and, like, understand speech and stuff like that. I think it was Georgia? Probably? I don't know. Whoa, a university that makes you adopt something other than student loans? I know, right? Crazy. Who would have ever thought? I say as I just paid. I'm still paying off my loans actually, but I'm almost done with them. I like how the bananas have the dole sticker in this game. I know, right? Become the Gaston of all monkey kind. What is that? What does that mean? What? Become the Gaston of all monkey kind? Is that a joke on like eating all the bananas and stuff like that? What? a house before paying off loans? Yeah. The fuck is a Gaston? Gaston is the guy from Beauty and the Beast. He's the strong man of the town who eats like 40 eggs every single day to be a strong man. I'm asking you because I don't know either. Someone can help me here. But the music in this game is pretty good. Maybe I'll revisit Monkey Ball for the channel as well. We ain't gonna make it, y'all. Wow. Dude, that piano. Yeah, the Gaston thing I know probably was freaking Beauty and the Beast. Wow, I had clever jokes even back then that were just so like big brain smart. Oh, joy. Joy, joy, joy. The controller I was using too, fun fact, was that blue controller that we saw in the first setup picture. It was that blue Power A mini control. I wish you added a Sonic X theme song to this. Oh, that'd be great. With Nightcore? Yo, legit. That's what I used to use for a while for controllers. I had the DS4 DualShock for PlayStation, but I know I would use a Power A mini controller for all things Toho and PC gaming related stuff like that. But I eventually gave up on using them for a while. I still have them, actually. I do have one. But I stopped using them, I think around 2019 or 20, because they just kept breaking. Like the stick drift was horrible. Because of the nature of bullet hell and holding down the button and stuff like that, the X button would just get stuck inside the controller so often. And I don't even sweat that much when I play video games and stuff like that. Yo! How long do we have in this video? Okay, we'll probably watch another few minutes of it, and then we'll move on to Rockoin, where I actually start commentating. Okay, maybe we'll just finish here at this bonus floor. I'll link all the videos to this, and I guess the slide deck in the YouTube archive of this, so you can go watch the rest of it and enjoy my cringe. How the hell did you render a 20-minute video back in the day on a laptop? So, the way I would do it, I think Liquid probably remembers this if he's still in the chat. But essentially, what I did was I had a basic laptop cooling fan, and the video I think would have taken me like 6 hours to render at 720p. So what I had to do was make a makeshift cooling system where I had the basic thing, and that HP laptop was stupid because the vent for exhaustion to like push air out was on the hinge. And so like all the hot air was just going onto the screen. So I also had a USB fan at the same time too. So what I essentially did was I had the laptop cooling pad under the laptop. And then on top, I had a USB fan pointing onto the hinge, but not all the air would make it there and stuff like that. So I taped a toilet paper roll to it to direct the air directly into that hinge so that the screen wouldn't get too hot. And then I would just render the video overnight. And I had to do that pretty much every time I had to render a video. Toho would not take as long. I think it would only take like 2 hours or so to do, because they're only like I think they were just easy or something like that. And I think I just figured out better ways of rendering and stuff like that. But Toho, I had to do the exact same thing. It would take like 2 to 4 hours to render out a 1cc and stuff like that. Yeah, because Toho's 2D and stuff like that. It was still hard to render because of all the bullets and stuff like that. I wish you included a picture of that in your setup across the years. I wish I had that photo still. I remember Snapchatting it to people, but I don't think I saved it. Let me double check, actually. I know I Snapchatted it. I don't think I knew how to save shit at that time. No, I don't have it. I have apartment photos though. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have them. Woof. But yeah, that's essentially what I had to do. Could you not? Yeah, could you not, sir? So that was... It's called creating Sir Alfred NFTs. Please, no. I may be somewhat cringe, but not that cringe. Oh, yes, this one. If you've played Monkey Ball, you know how amazing this level is. Where you essentially... Baby's the name, speed's my game. Wow, I was really into the Sonic jokes back then, wasn't I? Gotta roll fast. Yo, the Sonic jokes. The Sonic jokes are too real, y'all. And I fucked it up. Baby's the name, speed's my game, y'all. Alright, that was the first 13 minutes of it. So I'll leave that one there. It's called some Super Monkey Ball Fun. 2016 for that one. But eventually then we came to today, 5 years ago. Hey, thank you for the follow. We come to 5 years ago today. Wherever the video is. Oh boy. Hello. And welcome. Oh, that's really quiet. Raccoon. Raccoon recently came out on Steam, I would say a few months ago? At least within like the later half of 2016. Can you guys hear the commentary? And this is my blind let's play of it. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so the controls are just to turn the BG up. Space, escape for the menu, and Q to talk with mom whenever she's with you. I guess we'll be finding out later what that means. Working on it. Working on it. There we go. How about now? See the boy in a hospital. Who's there? Wow, it is really quiet. Hold on. Why does the lurk command not work? It's supposed to work. Oh, man. I guess I'll do this. It's not that quiet? Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to, like, overdo it. So I guess I'll probably bring you back down to this. There we go. That should be better. Huh. Oh, yeah. Auto subs. Hey. How'd you get in here? Your door's Sarakuin had just come out like a week prior to this. Who are you? I'm Yami. I live across the hall. Did you just move in or something? Estelle. No, I think I got here around the same time as you. But they never let me out of my room. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I sneak out at night when the nurses aren't watching. Promise you won't tell anyone I'm here, okay? I promise. So I'm going to turn it down a slight bit just so I can explain a little bit about this. So remember how I showed you guys how the setup was and stuff like that? It gets really boring. The microphone is like right in front of my... Wait, you're narrating? I thought it was the game. No, of course it's me. I've been voice acting this stuff since the beginning. Oh, Lord. Hey, wait. Maybe I could so this video, because it went up in July of 2010, or 2016, I mean, It was really, really, really hot in Milwaukee. Like, I kid you not, really hot. Like, Guavs and Liquid can tell you how hot it was. And my room was a lucky room in that, well, our apartment did not have central AC. And it was an all-wood apartment that was like 100-some years old or something like that. And mine was just lucky that it stayed hot all the time. And so... that small fan you see is a tower fan that I had in the corner that if I didn't keep on, the actual temperature of the room would hit 100 degrees. I kid you not. And no amount of blind closing, window opening, or anything like that would make it matter. But in some cases, I even...
the door is locked.
I even would turn off the fan and record at nighttime because that way I could get the least amount of heat, stuff like that. But even then, the heat was just so bad, so I would essentially just like sweat for like 20 to 30 minutes at a time, recording a video. I would finish the recording, I would walk outside of my room to get like fresh air and stuff like that, and I'd go back in and record another one in that like high intense heat and stuff like that. Did not know what noise suppression was at the time. No amount of Audacity really could help me with that and stuff like that.
12th at 4 p.m. in 4 seconds.
And yeah, things were just not that great in terms of recording at the time. On top of the fact, right, there was a laptop and it was just this video and stuff like that.
Mom, just wanted to let you.
You can also
know
hear
that
my
train was
keyboard
delayed, so
too.
I'm gonna be a bit late.
All right, let's listen in a little bit more.
Okay. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm going as fast as I can. It's okay, Mom. I understand. But I'm off work this week, and I drop off your little brother at Grandma's. So we'll be able to spend lots of time together. We can play games. I'll read to you. It'll be like our own little party. Thanks, Mom. I love you. I love you too. Aww.
Aww.
The lights are on. Well, I see you're wide awake and walking around. No one told me I couldn't walk around. Huh. Okay, wise guy, I've got a couple of things to tell you. I feel like I should be doing more of a feminine voice for her, but you know. First of all,
I can't
some
do
good
it.
news. Your tests have come back, and it turns out things are looking pretty good. In fact, I think it might be okay for you to walk around the halls a bit today. You mean, I get to leave my room? Indeed. Yes! Not so fast. There's something else I need to talk to you about. This morning, the cafeteria reported that lots of food and drink was stolen from the kitchen. Since the wing was all locked up last night, we believe the thief might still be in the building somewhere. So, can you take a moment to just check and see if any of your belongings were stolen? Okay. Oh no, it's gone! Doctor, they took it! They took Rakuen!
Name drop.
What did they take? Rakuen. It's my favorite book in the whole world. My mom reads it to me every night. It's very special. Are you completely sure you didn't just misplace it? I'm sure! After Mom finishes reading, she always puts it back in the same place. It's our tradition. Okay, calm down.
Would I change anything the way you did this if you played this game today?
It has a brown cover. It looks very old.
Better
And
voicing,
there's a clasp made of silver with a hole for a key.
better audio
Silver
quality.
clasp, eh? I guess that explains why they take a children's storybook. Well, I'm really sorry about this. I can only imagine how important it must have been to you. I want you to know that we'll be doing all we can to track down the thief.
Other
Mom's gonna
than
be so
that,
sad.
not really, I would say.
You know what? What? Since you're allowed to leave your room today, why don't you go talk to some of the other folks around the floor?
Maybe wait for a text
Who
box to
knows?
finish
Maybe
loading
someone
before I
will be able to
read what's
help you
going
get your
on.
book back. Not a terrible
I think
idea.
I figured that one
Take care
out.
now. I'll be back to check on you in a bit. Cool.
Cool.
Alright. I want to see this room a little bit more. Anything in here? Open the cabinet? Sure. The cabinet is empty. I'm gonna do a quick save here.
You can tell it's an RPG Maker game by the way the game plays and how
journal.
it saves and stuff.
Find out
like
who stole
that.
your book. We have items. So it is an RPG in a sense, but more, I think, puzzle based, which is most RPGs, but we will see. An IV bag full of saline solution. I also love how the font is push the
It's
call
not
button.
really
Sure.
either, actually. It's
Hello,
RPG.
Can I help you?
It's kind of puzzly.
Cafeteria.
It's more
It
text.
is. They should be serving breakfast now.
Oh, there were
Cool.
chests and side quests that I didn't do by the end
Push the
of
call
it.
button? Sure. Hello? Can I help you? Sorry, I called by mistake. No worries. Try to get some rest.
Oh my goodness.
I don't really need the nurse, but I guess for content's sake, we can check it out.
I did these same voices I would do today.
Hello, can I help you? You mean she's not there already? Well, she should be there soon to take your vitals. You know the drill, hun. Oh, that must have been a female.
This one
Whoops.
I know for a fact I like
well.
plugged my nose to do.
There's a bit of bathroom here. Oh, that's cool. Fill the sink with water? Sure. The sink is filled with water. Alright. A mirror.
Stitch. It's a half Stitch, half Meatwad impression.
Alright. Well. Oh my.
Oh my,
indeed. A hospital scale. Open the locker. You find a pair of scrubs hanging inside.
You wouldn't
A lab
believe
coat and a
it,
pair of
would you,
scrubs are hanging
Rockwood?
inside. It looks like there's something beneath the lab coat.
It's
Look
been
underneath.
5 years
Sure.
since you've
You
done
found
this
5G.
voice as the dispatcher. How the times change.
How's your detective work coming along? Find any good leads? Alright, this place is big. Let's go this way.
Oh, I forgot how slow you
I
walked in
heard
this
you
game.
had a pretty tough day today. You hang in there, alright? You're doing great.
They're merging. They all become one.
Hi, friend. Hey there! What's up? Hey, I don't think we formally met. I'm Cora. It's probably pretty easy.
Oh
Sorry about
my
the phone.
goodness, that was my phone! I forgot to turn off my phone! Ah! Golden!
It's really pretty easy to
You
remember me because I'm the
fool!
only girl my age with a
Go
pink
on
mohawk.
vibrate!
Whoa, cool! And don't worry, my mom knows. She's the only one who'd let me do it. Anyways, it was nice meeting you. Nice to meet you. Nice meeting you too, Cora. Oh, hey, some friends and I are working together to do something special for the people on our floor here in the hospital. Like
What phone
what?
did I have then?
I'll have more details later, but if you find anything cool, you
Google
wanna
Pixel
donate,
1, I think,
come
or a
talk to me.
Samsung?
Okay.
It was a Samsung. And then I got the
I know a
Google
lot of
Pixel.
folks feel powerless when they have to stay here. But here is the way I see it. No one knows how much time they have in this world. My time could be up in 80 years. Or 8 minutes. Oh. Point
Whoa.
is, I'm going to do everything I can to make good use of my time. Time's precious, you know? If I could help just one person here feel a bit happier, then it'll all be worth it. Hey there.
I remember this day too was a day that I
your
think it was
brother
also a
Dude,
weekend.
yeah,
but
Chief
I remember
Hanky
Liquid
came
was
out
not
here
at home.
earlier, and he was
and
not
our other
happy.
roommate was gone for the summer too.
I guess the thief took a lot of food from the cafeteria kitchen. How the heck did they get into the kitchen?
So it was just me in the
Can't even
apartment
get there from the cafeteria.
in my hot, sweaty room
Believe me,
trying
I
to
tried.
record.
Hey there. Tell me about the folks here. Who do you want to know about? Goodness. Just between you and me, I think Tony's hiding
5
something.
years and I still pick games that just
Yeah,
have
so
way too
grumpy
much
all the
text
time.
for me to read.
But he's got this pretty little music box in his room that he guards with his life. Why would a grumpy old dude like that have a sweet little music box? What do you want to know about?
Stay close to the
Sue's
mic.
a sweetheart.
Why
Oh,
am
she's
I
obsessed.
moving away from the mic so often?
Obsessed? Yeah, I guess she had to move to the hospital before saying goodbye to her friend. And that's pretty much all she talks about now. Who do you want to know about? Jackie. Jackie's that guy over at the blood draw station. He's cool. A little weird. but cool. If you ever need to know about anything technical, he's the guy to ask. What do you know about? Well, that's pretty much it. A pink cat?
Pink cat indeed.
Hi, Dr. Hello. Oh, it's Jackie. Hello, small child. What brings you to my blood draw station?
Hey, look, it's my cool dude
Interested
voice.
in learning about the circulatory system, platelets, perpetual motion machines? What can I help you with? What's up? Sometimes I like to contemplate things like, why are there only 2 egg-laying mammals in the world? I'm sure many species could benefit from laying eggs,
I like his,
but so far, only
Teddy
the
bear.
platypus and the echidna
Flip.
families have hopped on that bandwagon. Why, if I could lay eggs, I would be laying eggs all the time. I think that'd be pretty painful, actually. Oh, I'm a little kid. I don't need to know this. What can I help you with? In a world with so many new things to learn, no one needs to be bored. For example, did you know that a neutron star is so dense that a teaspoon of its matter would weigh more than all the people on Earth? I don't know what that means. One day you will.
It's so
You will
bad.
understand, and then it'll blow your mind.
Blow your mind.
Sure, I guess. Nerd. Can I help you with? Did you hear about the thief?
Gives me Yahiko vibes.
I'll let you
Actually,
in on a little
yes.
secret. Have you noticed anything strange about this hospital? Not really. A while back, I started
Blows
noticing
your
cryptic
mind.
little messages written all over the place. Last night, I saw someone go into that closet south of Tony's room, but I was told that closet
game was
has
genuinely
been
pretty
locked since
great,
before
though.
I started working here.
I know it made me, like,
Pretty sure they were
cry
not
at
staffed.
the end of it.
What did they look
I
like?
do recommend it for a quick
I only saw
RPG
them
Maker
outside the
game.
corner of my eye.
It's only like
For
a
about
few
a second, so
hours-ish
unfortunately,
long.
I could not say. What can I help you with? So
Same, man.
Who would you like to
Same.
know about? Panky. The children's
All right, we're about halfway, but we're just gonna leave it there. So that was the first video of the first Let's Play and stuff like that. And then Pinoby happened. So this one came just a month later, actually, August 7th, 2017. And the YouTube algorithm has been kind of weird with it because it keeps recommending it to people. I don't understand why, but hey, Pinoby time.
Once upon a time, there lived a scientist named Grandpa B. He was building Pinoby, a good-hearted robot.
You could tell I learned a little bit more about
Designed to protect the
audio
world.
engineering.
Ah, almost done. All that's left is the heart, to place his heart. But when he was just about to put the heart into Pinoby's body, Grandpa B was suddenly taken away by a large black shadow.
This intro scared me as a kid.
Sometime later, wake up, Pinoby! Pinoby slowly opened his eyes. What he saw in the bright light was a fairy. You must rescue Grandpa B from the bad guys. Pinoby, without a heart, muttered, "Man, what a drag."
Dude, same.
Welcome to Let's Play Pinoby, a game that I have been wanting to Let's Play since the days I've thought about even Let's Playing. A game that you probably don't know about. It's a game that came out for the PS1 in 2001. It was originally a Game Boy Advance game that we did not get. Came out in Japan though. It's a very simple platformer. We just saw the premise of the entire story right there.
Most people don't know the game.
Come on, game.
And it was
don't wanna
originally
show you
for the
gameplay
Game
just
Boy
yet.
Advance.
Anywho,
Ish.
let's get right into it. So for some reason, they kind of just throw the story again with hit new game, as if you haven't already seen it already. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna get into some gameplay stuff. There's a lot of things that go into this
Cut your
game
costs!
in terms of gameplay mechanics, but at the same
I know I
time,
didn't
it's
edit
a
a whole
very
lot, but cut your
simple
costs, my guy.
platformer. And simple, I'm gonna put quotes around that simply because it's not easy, but it's not hard. It's a gradual build with how difficult the game gets.
No, it's not
Also,
actually.
I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
not.
When I was a
That's lie.
kid, this scene right here with the thunder and lightning and this dark shadow thing, it scared me as a kid.
It
When you're
did.
6 years old, stuff like that gets to you.
It's not that gradual.
But essentially, it's just a platformer. Go save Grandpa B, and you're good to go. Very reminiscent of Pinocchio. You know, Pinocchio, heart, fake things, you know, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
The issue in this game, however, though, comes in is that it has 5 endings. The very good ending, the good ending, the neutral ending, the bad ending, and the very bad ending. I will not be going for all 5 endings. They're just really just one cutscene apart from each other in terms of difference. And I don't even have a particular route that I'm going for the endings. What I get is what I get.
Oh,
based
you
on
love
how
the
I play.
pixels, y'all?
But yeah,
you
as
love the
soon as you get in,
pixels?
hey, you just thrown right into the game. So, controls. Since this is a PS1 game, you have the D-pad. You can move left or right.
Oh yeah,
can
the
duck, which will change the
compression.
camera.
Oh yeah, the pixels.
And you can hit the up on the D-pad to do a little bit of a float.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is a mechanical bee, so he can jump, but he can also do a dash in midair in any of the directions that he so chooses to.
Big head beat.
So you can go in any of the 8 cardinal directions. He can also climb up and down walls and does not take fall damage. The energy meter in the top left there is just energy for flowers. Doesn't really do too much, honestly. Like, you can get it down to 0, but nothing really happens. What I was trying to do was show off how you kill enemies. You jump on enemies to kill them, or you can dash into them.
Why does his head enlarge?
The
Because
light
he
bar on
ran
the
out of
bottom
dash.
left is your life, which can be revived through batteries. This golden enemy here is very important. We'll get into him a little bit later, though. And there's items in this
I do
game.
still hold this
so
game
when
in
you
high
hit pause, you can either return to the game, see the map, which I'll just show off right here real quickly. That little thing on the bottom right there, the little door, is the
Golden
end goal,
enemy.
which is where you want to get to. But there's all this other stuff in the game. Or map. In the game, too. There's also items. How do items work? Well, you can have 24 different items, which are based off of 3 colors. Pink, blue, and orange.
Have
You
you?
collect them like cards, and when you get 4 in a row, either all, you get
They
all,
are
I
on
think this is
purpose.
like, horizontally is suit.
And now you won't unsee the weird
and
black
is the same
border on
suit,
the
and
top and
vertically
bottom
is
of the
different
screen.
suit. When you do, you get a bingo, and you get and when you get a bingo, you get the effect. So if I were to get bingo here, the enemy strength level will decrease, meaning they don't do as much
Yeah.
damage to me.
Pixels.
If I say I got bingo in this row, then I will take less damage, and you can do this.
Hold on, we gotta go 1080 here.
The same
There we
effects apply
go.
for all
1080. Oh yeah, give me that
blue
compression.
and orange. It's a secret. Now, this one's a hard one to get. I don't think I've ever actually gotten it in the amount of times I've played PNB. But
I still haven't.
you can get this for all 30 different colors. The issue is you have 24 slots. So you have to do a lot of item management and see which effects you pretty much want. For the time being, just collect as many as you can and try to get a bingo so you can get some effects going.
So while I'm gonna go
You
down
cannot go
and bring the audio down again.
Because
I still hold this game in quite high regard,
dash cannot
actually.
break blocks.
Even
So-
to this day. And
saw the
I'm
little
kind
reticle
of
that
really
got on the
glad
end
that the
that shows
YouTube
that
algorithm
locked
is
on
showing
enemy,
it to
I
more
can
people and
dash
stuff
right
like that.
Well, before you
I
get in,
talk
let's
about it
go
later,
through.
but Kinobi
Number
did get a
1.
sequel on the Game Boy Advance for like
Where's the
Kinobi's
gecko?
sister or something like that, but that's also something we did not get whatsoever. But
Oh, switch.
the multiple endings really are just based on like what
I
you
pressed
do
the
and
flower
stuff
switch.
like that, like pressing flower switches,
Don't
killing
really know
golden
what it does
enemies,
yet.
blah 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 and stuff like that. They're
And
just
we're also
singular
can't
cutscenes,
get
and
anywhere.
like
Yeah, we have
bad
one
and
dash.
very
We have limited
bad.
mobility
Kinobi is
for
just an
the
asshole to
Kinobi, which
people,
is like-
and good and very good is just like, oh yes,
That's all we can do in this level.
Kinobi has become a real boy. Very good.
And that's just half of the mechanics. Here's the diary. May 1st. This fairy lady woke me up today. And
What?
and
Yeah,
told me
what?
that Grandpa had been captured. And that I had to save him. What is going on around here?
Where did that
I beat the
come
golden
from?
enemy today. I slowed down the enemy's
But yeah,
evolution.
you're not gonna
So, beating the
you're not
golden
gonna
enemy is one
unsee
of
the
the
weird
requirements
black
used
borders
to
on the
get the
top
good
and
ending.
bottom
See
of the
how
screen and
Peanut's
stuff like
smiling up on
that.
the top right corner
There was
there?
actually Pinobi's
That's very
sister.
good for the
What?
good ending. If you can pretty much get him always smiling like that, you get the really good ending.
Apparently, Pinobi just like it
The
did
golden
well enough
enemy,
for a
when you
Hudson
beat
Soft
him,
game, but
will,
it didn't do
not only
that
weak-
well.
It'll weaken the enemies in
To
the next
where
stage. This is the main menu. You can select
It
the stage,
became a
check your
popular
items through the diary that we
PS1
just read, and
mascot.
collection,
It
which
had
is
to
more
compete
enemies,
with
stuff,
like
and
Crash
save.
Bandicoot and Spyro,
Don't really wanna
which
do
had
anything
come
else,
years
so just head
before
to the next
that.
stage. 2, Cozy Forest.
But the gradual climb of difficulty is a kind of a
We'll
half
start off
lie.
by showing off
By
the
like
general
level
map
9 and
of
10,
which way we're gonna
it's
be
pretty
going. We can't
difficult.
really
Then it gets
go
kind of easy again,
up
and then it
because
gets really
we
difficult.
won't be able to reach
So I don't
it,
know
and
if I'd
even
say
then,
it's a
you really can't make a
gradual
jump that
climb in
big.
difficulty. But for being a
So,
weird half Metroidvania platform and stuff like that,
we'll be encountering in just
it's still pretty good.
I like to check the map beforehand when I enter one of these levels,
But
just so like I kind of remember.
like I would
/
still
what I'm doing.
recommend it, I guess, if you really
you can
wanted to
honestly
play a
check this
retro
out.
PS1
It's very
platformer.
inconvenient, honestly, to just pause and then check out the map.
But
It works.
yeah. Alright, I'll let this one run for a while too.
Yes, we cannot jump up there as much as you want to.
And then we'll watch one more
Not
video,
happening.
which is the start of Custom Robo, and then we'll get
We
into the
also can't make it
Q&A.
over there.
Boy, heck, y'all sent a lot of questions.
I've
I
looked
didn't fully
online in
expect
various
it.
places, and no one really seems to know what these flowers do. They're just a form. Oh, look, go at me. They're a form of energy that they don't really provide defense. They don't really provide offensive abilities. So
That is
a
also
battery.
true.
So if
The
I take
internet
damage,
also
I
doesn't
can
really know what the
revive my
flowers
health
do.
with that battery. They come in A's, 1-pack double A's, 2-pack double A's. You can get like big batteries like C's and D's, I think. If I remember that correctly. Probably.
Amy, you're not allowed to talk. You and Yahiko procrastinated and sent your questions
One of
in
the
like
cool
10
things
minutes
you can
before I
do-
started.
Can I show it off? That'd be really cool if I could. Yeah, you can. So when you have
Oh.
more than a flower, you can chain them together, and Peanutby will automatically go to them. Mushrooms will automatically refill your dash gauge, and Peanutby can go through most platforms. Spooky music. Now, Peanutby is a mechanical bee.
Gina B.
Water is very bad for both of those species. Do not touch water. They cannot swim. And water hurts a lot. Especially for Peanutby. What of us? We go on.
I couldn't have sent that
So there's a
many.
good
No, it's
chance
great.
that
I'm okay with
probably
all the
not many of
questions.
you know this game. If not, pretty much anybody. Every time I mention this game, I pretty much get just confused looks like Peanutby. What's that game? I've never heard of that game before.
So
I
true.
know. Most people haven't.
Alright, for the sake of time, I will continue. And then started Custom Robo, which again came August 7th, came within that month. And you'll notice the view count. Boy, heck, the algorithm likes this one for some reason. This was an interesting Let's Play, I'll say, because I think it's what's really... it's one of my better ones, but it's also one of my not good ones, in the sense that... Also, hang on.
Welcome to Let's Play Custom Robo Arena for the Nintendo DS. This is the third
Yeah.
third game in the lineup of the Custom Robo series. The original being on the N64, the second one being on the Nintendo GameCube, and finally the Nintendo DS. And as far as I know, there really
Half lie, there were two on the Nintendo 64, and then the GameCube, and then...
haven't been any other
DS.
Custom Robo games. No other things about like being on the Wii U, the 3DS, the Switch, nothing of the sort.
Switch!
Custom
The
Robo is a
Switch
really,
was
really
out
great
for it.
series. It's a fighter with mechs, and it's just so much fun.
I really enjoyed this Let's
Went
Play.
back.
But
And,
also, it is
yeah,
also
let's
the
just get
start
right into
of
it,
a
then.
very commonality that was
You're gonna
then
notice an interesting
seen
layout
on my
screen,
channel,
and I'll
which
explain it a bit later. But
is
first, let's pick a
hiatuses.
name, and we're
I
picking
took
name
I
that
think
I
I took
use for all
two
my
different
RPGs
hiatuses
design.
during this Let's Play. The layout
No
was something
real
that I
context
originally
as to why
created
I have
in
this name, it
Microsoft
just
PowerPoint,
exists. I think it's a nice
so I could
RPG name.
manually put
Inspired by
in
Golden
what robot
Drummer
gun
or,
missile pod and boots
you know,
were
whatever name, Golden
at the
Drummer.
time. And I was still
It just
just a
works out
fledgling
for
little
good
computer
art.
scientist, so it never occurred to me to
And so
read the
we're gonna start out the
memory
tutorial here. We're gonna start in these pods, and we're gonna
to,
roll a
you
bit of
know,
dice.
like read the parts
Based on
like I did
color
for the
we land
GameCube
is
game and
how the
stuff like
robot's
that.
gonna come out. And we can mash the buttons and kind of get up. So the controls are on the bottom screen there.
But
Move around with
what
the
else do I want to
directional
say
pad.
about this?
You have A to
Eventually,
jump, B for
halfway
gun,
through,
Y
I
does
decide, wait,
nothing,
I'm already
X
editing this
does
video
an
anyway.
attack,
I
R is
eventually just start
odd,
taking screenshots
and
of the
L is
layout that I have
pause.
before battles and
Why
just
did I say
pasting it
pause?
onto the video and stuff like
You
that.
can also go into first-person view of sorts with the select button, but it's not really recommended. So,
This game is awesome.
Let me do my thing robot. So we can jump. We can also dash midair.
It bugs the
You can also step in
ever-living
lava
hell out of me
because I'm
that
dumb.
they never made
There's a
another
gun.
custom robo.
We can attack, which is a bit of charge. A bomb. Then we have a pod. That is the basic mechanics of custom robo. And as you see right
We'll
above the
skip
bottom
ahead
screen,
just
I
a
have each
tiny
part
bit
listed out
because you get to hear
that we're gonna be
some
using through the Let's
great
Play, because
voices.
We're gonna be changing, and
Yeah.
it's nice to know exactly what we're using. Inside, there's a parts shop, an area
So yeah,
to fight.
I literally would
chess
manually
room,
type
a
all these and put
cafe
them
up
in
above, some
and stuff
bathrooms,
like
and then
that.
the classrooms on the right-hand side.
Oh god, the
It's a class,
outline
I
does
say.
not match the layout. Golden.
What? I'm just studying. I'm studying for testing. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm looking at my favorite movies. Don't tell, okay?
But there's some grade A voice
Mark, I can't
acting
really
in this
talk, let's
entire
be honest.
playthrough that I eventually dropped halfway through because I realized I was too cringe.
You must be Xylan. I'm Mr. Stubbs, your homeroom teacher. Ah! I'm late, I'm late. Ha! In before the teacher. I'm safe.
The Nookie Girl voice appears.
Hey, hold it right. Oh, that Liv. She'll be the death of me. Sorry, Xylan. That Liv can be a real pest. Anyway, let's introduce you to the class.
Gloves remembers.
How do I do this voice?
Gloves knows
I don't know.
the stuff
Or
I
something
did.
dumb because he's a teacher, but... Alright, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Xylan. He's a transfer student, and today's his first day, so make him feel welcome. Now, where can we see you? There's an
I
empty
think I've
seat
learned a
by
little
me,
bit of
Mr.
how to do a
Stubbs.
girl voice. I've learned a
Ah,
little bit
there
of
you
how to
go,
use my
Xylan.
vocal cords and stuff
You
like
can
that.
take a seat next
It's still a
to
little
Dennis in
Mickey
the
like,
first row.
but hey, you know, it can be somewhat cute sometimes.
Hi, Xylan. I'm Dennis. Nice to meet you. If you have any
God, my
questions,
Dennis
feel free to
voice.
ask. I mean, we're neighbors now, right? If you're all ready, boot up your PCs, and we'll begin today's lesson. And so Xylan's class began. And that's the end of class. Let's talk to Dennis. So,
Oh my
Xylan, are you into custom robos? You're interested in robo battles? Really?
My voice has slightly
we should have our
changed
team.
over 5 years.
I'm in a custom
on
robot
top
team.
of my audio
Only
engineering.
We're short on members.
It's
I'm kinda
gotten a
busy today,
little-
but we can talk about it more tomorrow. See ya.
Deeper, but not really. But it's also, I
Oh.
feel like, just
Guess all I gotta do is just go home then, huh?
become something.
I've never seen you before. Are you new?
They say
I am.
Desua in that high voice. Alright.
By the way, all the classes pretty much look the same.
Ohio, watashi, golden tata, kawaii desu wa?
Custom Robot
that
has
was
also
very
really good
good.
music, by the way.
Bihi?
Pause video. Alright, hang on. Everybody get your waters. Everybody get your teas. It's coming.
Ohio minasan, watashi golden tata desu wa ne. Watashi chato no daisuki. Tihi?
The things I do for you, chat.
You've only got 3 people on your team? Why don't you just call
Not
it
the
quits now
team.
before we totally get humiliated? Whoa, hey, a little early to rise up, don't you think?
Yeah. What do you care how many people we've got on our team?
Hey, Liv, maybe it's time to hang up on your robo. Keep picking losers, and we'll change your team name from Numero Uno to Numero Lamo. Yeah.
本当に
So why don't you quit your loser team and be my support instead?
Like
Not a
Kokoro.
chance. See, I've got a thing against thugs. Like you
Like
prefer
Kuro
to brains in a
Kokoro.
robo battle.
What are you talking about? You can't think the living tar onto someone. You gotta have strength if you want to win. Strength is
It's
everything.
everything.
See what I mean? You think you can punch your way through every battle? There's no skill in that. There's no style. A true commander uses brains to take
Genuinely,
out
though,
foes.
Liv is a great
Brains
character.
beat Brawn any day.
Yeah? And how many battles have you won? Oh yeah? None. Yeah, you totally convinced me.
You want convincing? You got it. Lauren, take him out.
Bring it.
Sorry, Liv, but I kind of think I should maybe, do my own thing from now on.
Oof. Warren, you suck.
Hey, wait, Lauren. Where are you going?
Oh, that's rich. That's real good. And then there were two. That
No good little.
So, who's next? Dennis? Or how about you, Liv? You want to take his place?
I.
Heh. So the last commander's got no backbone, huh? You guys make me laugh. Anyone want to give these losers a little help? Maybe you ought to grab a freshman for some fresh meat on for your team. Nobody? Huh. Seems to me like nobody cares if your team
How did
just
I know that
dries
would
up
be
and
clipped?
blows away. Liv?
The writing in this story surprises me so often. The writing in this game is genuinely really good. Actually, though, for a Nintendo DS RPG.
Yeah, the new kid in our class is Island, right?
So, did I hear you right? You're willing to fight for us?
Of course.
They also
like his
decided to
style.
make him a mute protagonist, and I'm not entirely too sure why.
Whoa, Liv, you're not serious, are you?
Also, I'm seeing
Look at
another
the-
chat
look at
on
this guy.
Discord
He's a
saying
total
that I should get a
amateur.
theme song.
You're not really gonna make a fight,
And it
are
just
you?
says
You might
Golden,
get
10
hurt.
minute guitar solo,
You know?
Golden. Let's
Did
go.
I ask for your opinion? I said I'd let him do it.
I don't even know what a theme
Fine.
song
Have
for
it your
myself
way.
would even be.
Say, Zyla, I hate to ask.
I'm
but you
too
do
all
own
over the
Buster Road, right?
place.
Woo, bring me too.
Mink.
What
Marky.
genre do y'all
Yeah,
think my
that's a
theme
good
song
roll.
would be?
Really well balanced. I like him too.
I'm Xylan. Are you all familiar with the RoboCube you got?
Yes.
I don't know. You seem a little uncertain. I'm gonna explain it just the same. It doesn't what matter. See, when they're not being used, custom robots stay in their cube form.
Wait a minute, you haven't even done your iScan registration yet.
I knew I had a bad
Tropical
feeling about
House?
this. You've never done this before, have you? I mean, ever?
Idol
It's okay.
music?
No need to worry.
Maybe.
I'll explain it all.
I mean, if it's like
Before you use
Kairi
your
Bear,
robot, use your
oh,
iScan
maybe.
registration. This
A
basically
polished
makes
classical
sure the
bars
robo
game.
responds only to you. Just touch that switch on your RoboCube to transform your robo. Once it's in
British?
robo form, touch its back and look directly into its eyes.
A custom robot will
yes.
respond only to the first person it makes eye contact with. Try it out. Now, all the stuff.
The robot's cut in half.
Go.
Oh yes, indubitably, I shall drink the wine.
Yeah, this is also supposed to
on
be on
my
top down too, but
posh
you know.
porch.
for what it's worth, it doesn't look bad the way I have it set up.
But yes, if
But
you
it's supposed
had
to be
it
one
on
big
top
screen.
bottom screen.
You guys know how it is. Okay, we're ready to roll.
Hey Golden,
Terry,
what's your
go get
favorite voice to use for dialogue in games?
Got it,
Your own
boss.
voice doesn't count.
What's this, Bo? You're not gonna fight?
Why should I? This guy's a total newbie, and I'm a team captain. I don't want to hurt him.
Yeah, you're so arrogant. Okay, Zoe, take him out.
Right. So, if you ever see a person like this on the
I don't know.
main world, that means they are willing to fight you in a fight. You
For
ready?
funsies?
And once you
My
say
Valley
yes,
Girl
a
voice?
Coliseum will appear
For
before you, and
actuality?
you will begin
Probably
to
whenever
fight.
things just get
Since it's the
serious
first
and
time,
I
Zoe,
like,
I'll keep things simple.
like this is my normal speaking
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
And this is when I go a bit JRPG protagonist, where I lower my voice a
All
tiny
the
bit
tutorial
and
stuff
start
I've already seen.
insinuating words a lot
Also,
more.
sorry if I'm coughing. I'm still
Something
not
like
really over that many
Kratos
cold.
from Tales of Symphonia
I gotta
or
fight a guy
something
who's
like
gotta ask
that.
instructions before a
Honestly,
fight.
if this was
You're
my
making me
main
look bad.
voice, I
Come
think
on, let's
I'd be
get-
actually making it as a voice actor
Okay, so the
somewhere
enemy
in
is
the
a pike
world and
robot with
whatnot.
basic stuff.
So yeah, just a
All
little
around.
bit of
Same as
deepness to
us.
this voice, I think, is what
So
my
we're fighting
favorite
the
thing is
basic
to
arena.
do.
The standard hall scene is simple blocks and walls for a straightforward battle.
Alright, so yeah, those are my first videos as a whole and stuff like that. And I essentially churned out like a lot of lots and lots and lots and lots of playlists. I had a lot of Toho stuff, so we had Rakuin, we had Pinobi, I had Toho. Custom Robo came in. Clannad eventually was after that. That was a fun one where I really just practiced voicing stuff, and I really wanted to do it out of the sake of like, I enjoy reading things, I enjoyed voicing things, and so let me do Clannad, which is where the infamous Daddy video comes from. Elmia was a cool platformer. To the Moon came in. Clannad After Story, which never got finished. Finding Paradise, which never got finished, although I will be bringing it back. And around that time is when I stopped doing Let's Plays as a whole, and I went straight into just full-on streams. And you can see kind of like I had streams for a little bit, stopped for a while, and then last year, 2021, Trails started. I just pretty much have been streaming ever since and stuff like that. And the variety still is there. The variety of games I play is still there, albeit a bit longer in terms of the videos that I have per thing and stuff like that. But yeah, so now we shall continue over into Q&A time. Washam! Do you feel the pandemic helped give you more of a focus to streaming in your channel in general? Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was able to help me finish off my JRPG backlog. Like, I was able to go through all of Falcom and stuff like that. But oh, that's why. This would be -7. -7. There we go. I fixed it. But yeah, no, definitely. I think it really helped because I had just more time to do everything, and I had more time to attend to stuff like that than having to go to office, come back, work out, and just be dead mentally exhausted and stuff like that. The pandemic actually was good for me in a weird way. Like, it wasn't good for the world, but for me, it was actually good. It was able to get me back on track for working out, running, streaming, content creation as a whole, and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I still have, and I'll talk about that for the future too. You know, I still had hiatuses and stuff like that, but I think I was able to really kind of figure out what it is that I wanted to do with content creation as a whole. So, of the 5 years of streaming, which game would you like to replay and redo a new commentary of? Honestly, it's interesting, but Cold Steel 3/4 and Custom Robo GameCube. So Cold Steel 3 was in an odd situation where I didn't have a place to live in a weird way. Like, I had moved out of my apartment, I had signed for a house, but I wasn't getting the house due to construction delays. And so, as a result, I pretty much was at my parents' house for a while. And I was like, do I want to stream? Do I not want to stream? Because I still wasn't too comfortable with streaming with my parents around and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I really, really, really don't want to lose this following that I had already started creating due to another long hiatus once again. And so I started streaming from home, and the quality was just not that great. The audio was just not all that to my liking. The commentary wasn't all that great. I didn't really feel like I was truly invested into the game that I properly should have been with both Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4. I think I was still just not in the right headspace at the time. New homeowner, going back to the office, and just there was a lot of stressors just happening and stuff like that, that I feel like I pushed myself to do Cold Steel 4 out of obligation rather than actually doing a good job at it. And Custom Robo GameCube kind of falls into the same thing too. Like, I feel like I did relatively of a good job, especially in the first half of it and stuff like that. But by the end of it, I don't know. I feel like something just didn't feel right with the latter half of the playthrough, and I'm not entirely too proud of it, despite Custom Robo being one of my favorite series and stuff like that. So I definitely would go back and do that one again, and maybe even Custom Robo Arena too, with a more modern outlook and stuff like that. But I think a lot of those older videos, Elmia, Clawnad, To the Moon and stuff like that, I think they all did very well on their own. And so I think it's better to leave them alone and such like that. Do you believe in soulmates? And if you do, are we soulmates? We could be. No, so I think soulmates is an interesting question because I feel like they do exist, but I don't think everybody has them. There are times where I've seen it where it's like, I'll look at a couple and be like, yes, they were essentially meant to be together. They found the red string of fate. They were soulmates. They were bound to be together and things just work out. But then I look at other couples and I'm just like, I don't entirely know if that's something that was destined to be and such like that, versus a sense of love that came to be through effort and through camaraderie and through dealing with each other's lives and stuff like that. I mean, my own relationships definitely do not reflect soulmates in whatsoever. Definitely not. If you were to look at just my own relationships, no, soulmates definitely do not exist. I would have somebody then, I feel like, at this point. Or it just could be the case I have not found my soulmate. But I don't know. I feel like it's not for everybody. And even if it was for everybody, the likelihood you're going to actually find them in a world of 7 billion people, it's just not going to happen. But hey, if you and I are soulmates, hey, I'm just saying, you never know. Wink, wink. Are there any games you used to like but came to dislike over time? Or likewise, any games you used to dislike but came to like over time? Technically the Call of Duty games, so I was never really the biggest shooter person. Like, I enjoyed Halo a lot, but like not really outside of that, like shooters and stuff like that. And then I met Liquid, and my entire opinion of Call of Duty changed, and I actually quite enjoy the series now when they actually do a good job with it. It's fun playing zombies, it's fun playing the shoot game every now and then with the boys and stuff like that. I have come to like it. I have come to enjoy it when it's just hanging out with the guys and stuff like that. Naturally, you know, being sweaty and stuff like that, it isn't exactly always the most fun, but playing zombies with friends, or like, you know, Goav's Liquid and I will play Call of Duty every now and then, and it's just fun to just hang out and shoot things and just kind of enjoy each other's company. Like, funny enough, Nier Automata. I actually used to dislike the idea of Nier Automata for a while until I actually grew to play it. I was really not into Nier Automata's UI when I saw original gameplay of it and stuff like that during Route A. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it looks like a cool action RPG, but I don't know. I just don't think it's me. And then Guavs and I did a co-playthrough of it the summer of 2018. And boy, heck, was I wrong. Boy, heck, was it just a fantastic experience. You grew to like it after Replicant took the spot. I still okay, that might be one too. That might be a good one too for the first question. I liked Replicant at first. I do not like it now. I think Replicant's remake is a horrible game. Straight up, not that great. Play the original. Or just not even play it. I don't think it's that great. But yeah, Automata. Great game. I'm glad I grew to come around to like it and stuff like that. What was your favorite game to stream? Not the game you like the most, but the one that you like streaming the most. Honestly, Cold Steel 1 too. It was an essential revival of the channel, but when I look back on Cold Steel 1 and 2, I think that really was my best pacing, my almost best commentary. My voices weren't the strongest, but just my overall enjoyment with playing the game and enjoying streaming and stuff like that was genuinely quite a lot of fun. And I still hold Cold Steel 1 and 2 very highly in my heart. One, because I streamed it, but two, because I just genuinely really do enjoy those games. Like, they're probably my favorite duology right now in in the series. The calls with OJ. You mean the one time OJ was on stream? I feel bad because the comment in that archive was basically like, oh, they didn't really appreciate OJ being there because they couldn't get my reactions and stuff like that. So that's why I'm a bit half and half with guests when it comes to JRPGs these days. But I will get over that and stuff like that. There were 2? Wow, I thought there was only 1. But yeah, Cold Steel 1, 2. And if I had to put a second one, I think probably the Alliance Alive HD. Even though it was one heck of a mess of a playthrough, trying to coordinate Guavs and Liquid, and sometimes they wouldn't be there, sometimes they would be there and stuff like that. But at the same time, it was a great game. It was so much fun streaming that game and going through with it and whatnot. And that's why I think Cold Steel 3 and 4, I don't want to say it's because Cold Steel 3 and 4 are bad games, although I'm sure Esther would jump with glee if I said that. Yeah, that's true. Although Esther would jump with joy if I said Cold Steel 3 and 4 are bad games. But no, I think it was just because I was not in the right headspace in the right location to give the same amount of passion that I gave to both those games. And if I could redo them, I absolutely would. And I would give my 110%. If you had to spend a year on a desert island and could only take one game with you, what game would you take? Probably Touhou 8, Imperishable Night, or Muse Dash. Listen, if I'm going to have one game, I might as well become an expert at it. And I really enjoy my Touhou and Bullet Hells. Touhou 8 is my favorite in the series still, to this day. Muse Dash is a rhythm game that I just randomly picked up last year, and I enjoyed a lot of it. So I feel like if I had a single year to play those games, I'd come out probably pretty great at them. I'd probably come out with a Lunatic Clear, Lunatic No Bomb, maybe even a Lunatic No Miss, and who knows, if it's just a full year, then maybe a Lunatic No Miss, No Bomb, and, you know, all spell card capture or something. And Muse Dash, I just become pretty great as a whole and stuff like that, but probably something that I could easily replay and still get better at, even over time. Especially if Muse Dash was allowed to be updated and I could get more songs. But even then, I probably would just go through all the songs and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely Touhou 8 or Muse Dash, I think would be something I would take for a year and stuff like that. What game are you most excited for this year? It technically already came out, but Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I'm still trying to work through my JRPG backlog. Kenna was an indie game that I've just had my eyes on for a while, and I'm quite excited to see what that game has to offer. In terms of what it has to offer and stuff like that. Strangers of Paradise is also going to be pretty good too. But beyond that, I think a lot of the games that I want are all coming out next year. Hajimari, Nayuta, Final Fantasy 16, maybe a Kingdom Hearts game. You know, those are all going to be 2023 onwards and stuff like that. So Kenna Bridge of Spirits for right now. Been playing Muse Dash. Yeah, Muse Dash is good fun. I should do another Muse Dash stream again. I think that'd be pretty fun to fudge around with that game again. What is your favorite country you've been to, and what country/countries would you like to visit? And kind of work into that and travel more too. My favorite country was Britain. I really enjoyed my time when I was there for a few days back. The story behind this is, when I was a freshman at university, I was invited to be a part of the Illinois Ambassadors of Music, where basically you tour 7 countries of Europe for like 14 days. And every few days or so, you play a concert in one of those countries. So we went to London, France, Crans, Montana, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Ostseefeld, Austria, in Rothenburg, Germany, and Venice, Italy. I think we only played in like three of those places, but I quite enjoyed my time in Britain. So I think it'd be great to go back to visit Germany, Switzerland, naturally, because I only was there for a little bit and I want to go visit them again, and Canada as well. Some of you were also in some of these places, and I would love to visit you guys as well and have drinks with you, because I think it'd be really, really fun. So I would love to visit some of you, my dear, dear friends in these other countries. India, Japan, naturally, I'm a weeb, and Australia and stuff like that. Come to Brazil? Hey, maybe one day. I've never considered South America as a destination spot, but maybe. India is one of those things where it's like, I feel like I have to visit, but I have to go on a stereotypical American white person tour in order to actually get a proper experience of what the sights are in India. Because every single time I go to India, I end up just being at families and friends' house. I don't get to explore the dang country. And I'm like, I know this country is more than just people's houses. There are amazing sights and things to see, despite it not being that top tier of a country. It's still a third world country and all that. There's a lot of issues politically surrounding it and stuff like that. But still, I feel like I should know more about my mother country. Like, that just does not sit right with me. And so eventually I will just take a stereotypical white person tour and I will just freaking get all the pictures of the jungles and stuff like that I so desire and whatnot. So, one day. But yeah, those are the places I would like to travel still and still travel and everything. Do you consider yourself a car person? If you could have any car, what car would you like to have? Not really, unfortunately. If it can get me to point A and point B and I can connect my phone, I'll be a happy person. Lots of political issues. I mean, they're, you know what I mean. Political issues are everywhere right now, but I have strong things about my own mother country that I wish would be better. As for specific car, I recently test drove an electric Hyundai Kona, so it was an all-electric car that honestly was pretty fun, so I guess that would be pretty nice to have, but I don't really have strong preferences on cars. You'll have to go to Liquid for that one. He's the car guy. Wants an Aston Martin and stuff like that. That's his whole thing. Favorite demon? Lucifer. Dude seems pretty cool. This was an interesting question because I honestly don't know that much about demons in mythology and stuff like that. I don't really consider I don't really consider yokai as a whole thing and stuff like that. So I just picked one that I knew. I don't really know that many. Golden never played Persona. Nice. Here's my thing with Persona, right? I have watched full Let's Plays of 3 and 4. I have tried to play 3 and 4, and I have never touched or seen 5. I do not like playing Persona, but I will like watching Persona. I don't remember jack heck from Persona in terms of their personas being demons and stuff like that. But my opinions of Persona are a bit of a hot take. Yokais are nice, but I don't know if they're considered straight demons or not. Yokais are kind of spirits and stuff like that. They're all over the place. You have small yokai, big yokai, and stuff like that. You only need to play P5 to understand the genesis of the video game medium. Here's the thing about that, actually. Now that Persona 5 is actually coming to PC, I will actually make it a stretch goal that if I hit a specific follower/sub count that I haven't actually decided on yet, I will absolutely play Persona 5 to completion. I will do it. Hands down, no questions asked. I will do it. But that's a stretch goal right there. That is not going to be me deciding to pick up the game and stuff like that. That is 100% going to be a stretch goal. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. Demons. I don't really know. I mean, I guess there's like some of the demons that we saw on like Seraph of the End and like Demon Slayer and stuff like that. But even then, like I think the only demon we saw on like Seraph of the End was like Asura and stuff like that, or like the other vampires and stuff like that, which like, I mean, I guess, but not really. I don't know. Maybe I should just play El Shaddai, that game. That game had Lucifer in it, right? And Lucifer was pretty cool. And I think it had other demons too, didn't it? If anyone knows about El Shaddai. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Honestly, a fried portobello mushroom. I think that's the day I also learned that portobello mushrooms are horrible. I don't really eat meats. I don't really eat fishes, so I've not had odd fish/meat dishes and stuff like that. How about Helltaker? Oh, that would be a fun game to play, actually. I haven't considered Helltaker. Yeah, so the extent of me eating weird things is not as crazy as you would think. And even when I went to Europe, I didn't have anything too odd and stuff like that. Although I do regret not having schnitzel in Germany when I was there. I saw it in the corner bakery in Rothenburg. I'm like, oh, I really should get it and stuff like that. But I skipped on it because I was already full, and I was like, no, I don't really want anything super sweet right now and stuff like that. Did I say it wrong, Nem? Did I say it wrong? Schnitzel? Schnitzel, eh? Hang on 1 second. My grandpa came up and dropped a little owl. It's a very adorable owl. It's a cute little keychain owl thingy. No, I just can't spell. Oh, what else is new? But yeah, portobello mushrooms suck. I like other mushrooms. I like button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and stuff like that. Portobello just sucks. They're not great. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it has little bells on it. Yeah, I don't think you can hear that, but it's cute. It's a cute little owl. I'll post it on Twitter later. Tell us about your favorite movie. What is it about and why is it your favorite? All right, so I think probably it's gonna be Home Alone / Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but it's essentially any 90s Christmas movie. There's something about them that, and this is partially just because of being a 90s kid, but there is something about those specific movies. The cinematography, the writing, just the nature of like people walking into stores and stuff like that, and just the talking, like with Chris Martin talking, the Richie Rich Kid and stuff like that and whatnot. Like there's something about that era that just feels so warm and so good that it's almost undescribable how well they portray what winters used to be back in that era of late 90s and early 2000s and stuff like that. Something that I think partially is because we've all grown older, but also just because the world genuinely has changed since 2008 or 12, somewhere in that era and stuff like that. Nary have we seen something that hits that nostalgia that well. And anything with Tim Allen too, as a Christmas movie and stuff like that. Tim Allen just in general was like the epitome of that sort of comfort nostalgia. And I'm sad that a lot of kids nowadays, I don't know if they'll be able to experience that with the way movies are and stuff like that these days. So definitely Home Alone and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They just hit so well, and I wish I could put it more into words, that emotion you truly feel when you watch them during the Christmas time. 3 Idiots is a good Bollywood movie. It's my favorite Bollywood movie, but it doesn't hit as much as these, I would say. If you were to tell me like my all-time favorite. But 3 Idiots is my gateway into Bollywood movies. I think it's a great film, despite my interesting story behind it. So 3 Idiots, when I originally saw it when it came out in 2009, I think, we were in California visiting my grand aunt, and like my grand aunt, my mom, and my sister were gonna go to Disneyland that day. And I was like, yo, Disneyland, that's really cool. Like, we're gonna go and stuff like that. And so we dropped them off, and I'm about to get out, and my dad's like, no, you're staying. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you're not going. I'm like, oh, okay. And so we went to an Indian mall and like shopped for a bit, and then we went and saw 3 Idiots, which albeit was a great movie. I really enjoyed the movie. Like, I fell in love with it as I saw it. But like from that day, I was just like, man, I really wanted to go to Disneyland. And I still have not gone to Disneyland since that day. I will eventually go. But yeah, that's when I asked about it like years later, and my mom was confused too, like, why didn't we take him to Disneyland? Why did we let him go with you? And I'm like, I don't know, you ask me, you're the parents. So 3 Idiots is a great movie. I strongly recommend it. It's a very light Bollywood movie. It's got comedy, it's got romance, it's got drama, it's got some heavy mental health issue themes as well. It's got everything you want in a good movie. So I strongly recommend 3 Idiots and stuff like that. But I also recommend going to Disneyland, I guess, as opposed to that, but I don't really know. I don't really know. What made you / inspired to start streaming? So streaming in general kind of had been popular for a while. Twitch had been going on for quite some time in its popular state for a while, and YouTube was still in the form of Let's Plays / longer form videos back in 2017, and streaming as a whole was mainly because even at that time, being a small channel, the editing process was not for me. And I didn't edit a lot. Like, you'll find in those old videos, they're not strongly edited. Very minimal. But the fact I had to bring it into an editor, make sure everything was okay, sync up the audio, normalize any audio and stuff like that, and then render out a video was just not for me. I just grew tired of it immediately. And at that time, it's funny because the first stream was that year in like October, November-ish with Corpse Party with Liquid. That was my first stream, literally the same year I started making content for commentary, and I quite liked it a lot, where it was just real time and I didn't really have to worry about editing and stuff like that. I could just go for longer too. My original stream schedule was Saturdays and Sundays at 10 p.m. to midnight. That was my original schedule. So imagine trying to reach out, like, the schedule now is pretty hard to get to, but imagine at that time trying to reach out to that schedule. Very difficult, but it was a lot of fun to do, and I grew quite accustomed to streaming, that I could do 2 hours of straight content in one go, and that was quite fun. And it was then I also accepted too that my timings are never going to be amazing. And I know people don't really like watching VODs that much because they lose the interactivity with the streamer. But at the same time, the fact that they were there and people could watch them was still something that I appreciated. So it was essentially that, was just because I just stopped enjoying editing and stuff like that. I'll still do it, and you'll see some of the Left 4 Dead stuff, right? I've done small clips, I've done small edits, like the Noam Chomsky video and stuff like that. That was an edit. The Jack and Rose conversation, that was an edit, right? I'll still do small things like that, and I enjoy doing stuff like that. But yeah, streaming, I think, is quite a fun and good way of going about it. Kudos to doing recording and editing first, yes. I feel like I threw myself very much into the fire with that. No pun intended, with my room temperature and stuff like that. But I also did want to try Let's Plays for a while. That's definitely the truth behind it, is I just wanted to try doing it. Who is your streamer / inspiration? So Vinny from Vinesauce was for sure. I don't think that's much of a surprise to people who know who he is. I had been watching him since high school, like senior year of high school and stuff like that, and dude was just funny. I loved how he just went nonchalant with everything. No fancy overlays, no webcams, no crazy things on screen, as I now have crazy things on screen. But it was very simple. Play game, commentate, and do be funny. You know, I really appreciated that. But also, while he was not originally a streamer, Naka Talili, he was my first Let's Player that I ever saw. He was the one I still watch to this day. And his way of approaching content and doing stuff was really what inspired me to do Let's Plays as a whole, and also do streaming as a whole. You may find, if you watch some of his older videos and videos in general, that our commentary styles are very similar. Definitely took some role model inspiration there in the way we commentate. So some of the way I even speak nowadays or explain things comes from him, because I just watch so much of Naka Talili. I remember coming home from school and being so excited to see a .hack GU video go up by Naka that I would watch before I would do homework and stuff like that. And then when when the 4th volume of GU came out, I was just like, oh my god, my childhood has been revived and stuff like that. Or when he and Elemental Ogre did Kirby or Metal Slug and stuff like that. I really have enjoyed his content since 2010, 11 or so. Yeah, definitely give Naka Talili a check. Dude has been a great content creator for years to come, or years since, I would say. And he's really, he and Vinesauce are really, Vinny from Vinesauce are the real reasons why I got into this. And I followed other people too at the time too. Like, We Like to Play, Nintendo Capri Sun, Chugga Conroy, Attacking Toucans, Josh Jeffson, Lucajin. Who else? There was this guy named Insane Insanity or something like that, who did this amazing Let's Play of like Jack and Daxter. Oh god, some other smaller channels too that just like disappeared to the void and stuff like that too, just because they just stopped making content and life got to them. And I understand that now, as well. Yeah, lots of other people then too. Even people like Kobe75 Kobe, you know, the guy who did Sonic videos, despite all the allegations and crazy shit that he went through recently, you know, dude was a fun content creator at the time, and stuff like that for Sonic content and everything. And of course, some of the things you saw on Newgrounds as well. Why is your avatar a stylish turtle? So once upon a time, golden turtle existed on my desk, and I sent this Snapchat to one of my friends. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the shell, and my friend named him Sir Alfred. And so there was a part of me who, when, you know, Yahiko started doing the PNG tubing, and I saw like VTubing and PNG tubing, you know, kind of taken as a whole, I had been thinking about it for a while, like, hey, you know, maybe it would be cool to become a VTuber and get some growth, or maybe it would be cool to become a PNG tuber and get some growth and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, but I gotta make an OC and stuff like that. Like, I know I named my characters all, like, JRPG characters all Xylan, so it's like, it'd be cool to have a, you know, some form of humanoid figure and stuff like that. But then as I would chat in servers and stuff, I would talk about like golden turtle, because I had Sir Alfred here in this like top hat glasses form and stuff like that, and people would say like, yo, I would watch a golden turtle because it's something different and it's something kind of kooky and stuff like that. And while I don't do the whole super deep persona and stuff like that of Sir Alfred, I think it really just hit me then. I was like, okay, yeah, people say they would watch this. I agree, it's creative and stuff like that. And here we are. Now there's a golden turtle on screen with glasses and a top hat that is speaking to you. And I think it's quite kooky. And I'm going full out with it too, you know, seeing people wanting to do fan art and learn more about Sir Alfred, and, you know, just enjoy the fact that there is a golden turtle with a top hat and glasses. It's just, in my opinion, really nice. I think it does feel like I've started something that is genuinely wholesome, despite the chaos that happens during my streams and so in my commentary. I think at the end of the day, what Sir Alfred brings is something that is wholesome, and I'm quite excited to see where that goes. And even if he does become popular in some way, shape, or form, I think long term it would be crazy to see, right, a few years down the line, even if I go to a con and I see fan art at a booth of Sir Alfred, like, I will flip my mind that, holy crap, I have contributed something to this online media platform. It would be amazing, no doubt about it. The growth would have to be substantial to actually get, you know, that sort of thing happening, but I think it'd be something. So that is, at the end of it, that's why Sir Alfred exists, is because of that one Snapchat that existed, where I decided to add an arrow and stuff like that to him. Was your most accurate voice impression? Probably Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, who also sounds like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Do you still have that turtle? Oh yeah, he's right behind me on my bookshelf with Sir Sebastian. Oh yeah, he has not left me. He is still there, just hanging out. So yeah, I think my most accurate impression is Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but I guess sometimes he even sounds like Stitch too. Makes you think that, hey, you know what, we got to go to Ohio. Ohana means family. Yes, indeed. Oh, I'm little Stitch. Yes, very good indeed. I think this is a pretty good impression that I'm able to do. Jar Jar is another one. Yeah, I guess it's Jar Jar too and stuff like that. Aqua Teen Hunger Force was a show on Adult Swim, but I watched as a teenager that I was really not supposed to. But I really enjoyed Meatwad's voice, and I was like, yo, I really want to learn that voice. Yeah, so killing the fucking Meatwad voice, you pieces of shit. Oh my god. Hey, Fry, what the hell are you doing? Oh my goodness. Damn, a little meat boy, that's for sure. Ho 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 ho. Probably my most accurate one of all things. If you could tell your beginning streaming self one thing, what would it be? You will be annoyed by others who grew faster than you. You will be frustrated with how some of your videos and streams turned out, and you'll wish you could have that extra 0 on top of the view count or the sub count. That being said, though, trust the process. Enjoy what you do and accept that there are people that genuinely do enjoy the content you create. There are people that enjoy the voice that you give and the voice acting that you do. So keep on trying and keep on making people smile. There are people in this chat right now that are here for me because they genuinely do enjoy the content that I'm creating, and that they are here and happy to see that I've done this for 5 years and stuff like that. It is an uphill battle when it comes to content creation. There's not a single person out there who would not wish for the extra 0 on the sub count or the view count or the follower count, stuff like that. And that's just the nature of the craft. Every artist feels the same thing too, that maybe if they had more exposure, maybe if they had more experience, they could do better and stuff like that. You know, every tradesman feels this and stuff like that. And it would be nice. You know, definitely it would be amazing. That being said though, at the end of the day, it is a fun process. It is a frustrating process, but it is a fun process. And it really does warm my heart that there are people out there that do genuinely enjoy hearing this voice of mine, that do genuinely hear me reading out basically long form books to them in the form of video games, informing them of older games like Ape Escape and Custom Robo and stuff like that. And that you know, and making people smile and laugh, even if just one person, is what drives me to continue doing this. And so that is what I would tell to my beginning self. Like, the fact you made it 5 years is impressive, so just believe in yourself and keep on doing what you're doing, because there are people that genuinely do enjoy it. Whether or not you see that or not, it's there, and it's a hard pill to swallow, but just keep on going. What is your best streaming memory you made while streaming related? Ah, yes, the final fight of the Alliance Alive HD. I had both of my healers. Can I pull it up, honestly? Hang on, I might honestly pull this up. Where is it? I might low-key pull this moment up. It is amazing. This amazing freaking fight. Ha! Nice. Where do it be? Where do it be? Okay, so that and that. No, and that. Okay. So at this point, she just did an attack. Which has confused my both back left and my back right party members, who are my healers. So I have no healers at this point in the final fight. I have Robin's my mage, I have Magnolia my spearsman, and I have Galil my tank slash freaking, you know, swordsman and stuff like that. On top of the fact that my SP and just HP are not looking that good, and I can't heal for crap. Rachel has the ability to straight up insta-kill me if she so desired with her, oh, hang on, whoops. There you go. So, yeah. Back left and back right and, are confused. Magnolia and Robbins and Galil are all okay and stuff like that. So, Rachel, who's the far right here person here, could easily insta-kill me if she so desired with her confusion and stuff like that. No one can heal me for the rest of this entire fight because I don't have items to heal confusion. I do have Dispel, but my blindfolded person is also confused, so I can't actually cast Dispel. And I didn't bring items to this fight because I don't generally use items in this game. So I had to beat the rest of this entire fight with confused healers. Boy heck was it hilarious, and boy heck was it amazing. I'm surprised I came through with it, but man, probably my favorite thing. Oh yeah, and speaking of insta-kill, She decides we're gonna use Deadly Curse Signal, which has a chance of instantaneous KO. Well, there goes Rachel. Oh yeah, and I also don't have items, so I can't revive her unless my other healer freaking learns to not be confused. So it was a struggle of a fight, and I have the video muted, but in my background commentary, it's just me laughing at the absurdity of this situation because it's hilarious in every way, shape, or form. What is actually happening and stuff like that. So easily this was my favorite moment of all time with this game. Thankfully, she uses Divine Sigil, which just basically gives her more focus, I believe, or more health or something. But we eventually get through it via ignition and stuff like that, and we do come away with the win. So that was hilarious in my opinion, that moment. I still love that moment a lot. And secondly, it's probably teaching the people the amazing wonders of Ape Escape. When playing Ape Escape 1 and Ape Escape 2 and just seeing people's genuine happiness and like reactions to that game, oh, you guys have no idea how hard I was grinning. It is amazing. So there goes that. And I hope to make more amazing moments as well. I also kind of have an ask, but if at all, DM me on Twitter or Discord. I'm curious, actually, if you have a favorite streaming moment that I've done that you have for me, actually. I'm curious to know what people's favorite moments are that I've given to them that are super memorable and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be in chat. It can be like DM on Twitter, or it can be DM on Discord or something like that, or just anywhere, I guess. For me, it's your 7 crits in a row. Dude, freaking 16% crit rate. Yeah, Elisa's 16% crit rate gets 7 criticals in a row. Let's go. That'll never get old. Your Lloyd diss. It's funny because I grew to like him by the end of Azure. But I do like Lloyd, but I still agree with the diss. I still agree with the diss. Are you my Oshi? Sir Alfred would like everybody to know that he would love to be your Oshi. That, you know, he is accepting of all. Yes, I will be your Oshi if you would have me. Streamlabs or OBS? Funny enough, I started with Streamlabs, but I gotta give OBS the win on this one. Streamlabs does make things easier, and I think it's definitely not a bad place to start with. Given the fact that they give proper theming, they give proper chat integration, alert box integration, and all that stuff, and just generally good use of ease and stuff like that. There's just too many bugs with Streamlabs. Audio sometimes not working, overlays not working, images not showing up despite having the correct path and stuff like that. If you're gonna go streaming, pick up XSplit or pick up OBS. They are much, much, much better options despite their learning curves. Save yourself the trouble and just go OBS or XSplit. I don't think Streamlabs is as great anymore as maybe it was when I started, at least back in 2017, 2018. Do you regret streaming? / saying something on stream one time? Yes, actually, I did make a very poor judgment and honestly horrible joke in the Doki Doki Lit Club stream. And until I go back and mute that section, that stream is going to stay unlisted and out of the public eye for a while. It really wasn't that good of a joke. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because we were doing that entire stream in one go. Not the smartest thing to do. It was not the smartest joke at all. It really wasn't even that funny. And I don't like that at all being there. I've said a lot of other pretty kind of on the border jokes, but that one I feel like was definitely a line that was crossed. And it's just kind of a reminder to everybody that, like, hey, not every stream is gonna have perfect commentary. Some jokes might work in 2018, some jokes might work in 2022, but they may not work down the line in 2026 or whatever the hell. I try to be as clever and careful as I can with my commentary, but hey, we all make mistakes. So yeah, definitely I have had those moments, because it's just the nature of live commentary and such like that. So eventually that stream will come back on YouTube, but for now it is going to be unlisted. My streamer, my Oshi, the reason I find comfort every 2 days and no sleep. Will you one day change your schedule? I genuinely wish I could, friend, but I probably will not.
Just a few souvenirs. For
Nemi,
memories.
thank you for the sub. I appreciate you a lot. I know VODs aren't the most exciting because of the lack of interaction, but I do strongly suggest that if you do like what I do, check out the VODs. And please try and sleep. I would rather you stay in good health and rested than stay up all night for me. But unfortunately, the likelihood of me changing my schedule to something a bit more manageable, like this time, for example, might not happen. I might change Saturdays or Mondays to Sundays instead. Like Monday nights might become Sunday afternoons, like this time actually. But the unfortunate thing is that I do have a full-time job that I do during the day, Monday through Friday. Tuesdays through Thursdays, I'm actually in the office and I come home quite late sometimes. I exercise, I cook, and I also try to keep any semblance of mental health as possible. And so really 8:30 p.m.s Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays, and even sometimes Tuesdays with trails, were just genuinely the best times for me that I could do everything that I wanted to in a day without it being overwhelming. Maybe it'll change one day, but as of right now, for the upcoming year and 2 years at the minimum, it probably won't change. I would maybe be strongly encouraged to bring Sundays as a streaming day, because it seems like a lot of people can actually make the Sunday afternoon, and it seems to be like a pretty open slot. So I would not mind making Monday nights into Sunday afternoons. I might make a poll on Twitter about that one. I don't think it would be anything different. It would just part of the normal schedule of like JRPGs and stuff like that, but very unlikely. I tried with Ape Escape 1 to do morning streams, 6 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I was able to get a lot of EU and Asia, but no, that's just not gonna happen, unfortunately. So I know that the strong desire to see me stream at better times for EU and North America, but unfortunately, for right now, it's just not going to be the case. So definitely check out the VODs if you genuinely do like what I do and you want to see what's going on and stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately not. Will you teach me drums? Nah, I'm kind of pretty much retired from all that stuff, despite me drumming on any objectless surface I can get my hands on, having music in my mind the entire day. I don't know, music as a whole, I'm just like, I try to open up FL Studio and compose, I try to think about things and stuff like that, but it just doesn't click, and so I don't know if I should cling to something that I'm just very much not going to do ever again. Move to North America, problem solved. Yeah, duh, none. There you go, then you can be in my time zone. What are your opinions on Twitch and YouTube? What are the similarities and differences on different platforms? It's funny because I stream to both platforms, despite it being against Twitch affiliate. You may or may not have seen it in my descriptions, but I do use the service Restream.io to dual stream to both YouTube and to Twitch, despite Twitch affiliate saying that that's not allowed. Hey, they haven't gotten me yet. Twitch, I feel like, is still where, as a streamer, you'll find the most growth by ways of raids and postings and just people looking for similar games and stuff like that. Versus YouTube, I feel like you kind of have to hope that the algorithm just hits you right and things work out. Notwithstanding shilling yourself, like, boy, heck, if I did some of the effort that, like, Yahiko and Joey do for their streams, I probably would have a much bigger following that I would, as opposed to now. But in the end, I think eventually, I'll still stay with Restream because I know geo restrictions exist and stuff like that. But if at some point a platform reaches out to me and says, hey, you got to pick one or the other, I'll probably pick whichever one is the better growth and better culture for me at the time. And if that unfortunately means that I choose YouTube and all my Twitch followers have to migrate with me over to YouTube, then I hope you guys will follow me then. And if I stay on Twitch, then all my YouTube viewers, I hope you join me on there as well. And my VODs will just come a day later on YouTube then. YouTube also doesn't have a bitrate limit and the auto VOD save, so I kind of low-key prefer that. So I'm a little bit more inclined to YouTube and YouTube streaming as a whole. I think their culture is somewhat better than Twitch as a whole, but if for actual growth and exposure, I think Twitch is still the king of having live streams and such like that. So because of that, I will still continue to do the dual stream life, and I have not been pegged yet, and I will continue to do that because I think it is genuinely convenient for people to have both options available to them. Goldie living the risky life, and I should move to Germany. I mean, it's not out of the question. Germany does have some pretty interesting tech jobs from what I've seen, and good standard of living for vegetarians and stuff like that. But hey, it's not entirely out of the question for immigration. Favorite ice cream flavor: cookies and cream, hands down. Followed by mint chocolate chip. What current thing are you working on / yourself / improving? Balancing how I come across to people and balancing when to speak more words versus when to speak less. It's a very tricky line, I find, because I'm someone who really prides himself on being honest, but sometimes that honesty comes off way more blunt and harsh than intended to do so, because it comes from a good place. And so being tactful, being careful, knowing when to actually use your words and knowing when to keep your mouth shut is something that I'm still working on. You'll find that a lot of times when I try to explain something that I like, I have a very unique way of saying it, right? Where it's like, for example, like I had this super hot take and it's prefaced by this, blah, blah, blah. Like I'll start off with this like prologue of a thing, and then it'll actually tell you what it is. And I know Guavs hates that I say this, but I will so many times will say, in my honest opinion, or in my personal opinion, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Guavs hates it because and he's right. You shouldn't have to say that. You shouldn't, you should just be able to say what you want and, have that be taken. But there is some sort of tact and there is some sort of basis that should be there. And definitely I know my words do not come off the right way a lot of times, that I have to like clarify to people or like send the message later, or just be like, or my internal anxiety will be like, do they get what I'm meaning? Hey, Nem, by the way, like, just as a heads up, this is what I totally meant about that sentence and stuff like that. Or like, hey, I totally didn't mean it this way, if that's what you were thinking and stuff like that, which is just like, you gotta trust the people around you too and stuff like that. So definitely just, working on how I come across and how I explain things and such like that, because in the heat of the moment, it's very easy to say things that you don't want to. What's your guilty pleasure? I will cuddle any single pillow in sight if I am watching anything on the couch, especially if it's a fuzzy pillow. It's never leaving my hands. It is going to be in my chest and in my hands for the entire time. And I do not care how silly I look, but I'm going to cuddle this pillow, the absolute living hell out of it. Because my size, everything gets interpreted as threatening. It's just one of those worlds. Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating that must be for you and your son, Seth. So, just kind of one of those things. What is something that everyone should do at least once in their life? You gotta live alone. And I'm gonna preface that if it's not possible, leave your hometown and just go live somewhere else for a while. At a minimum of 1 hour away from where you are. And I say this out of the genuine goodness of my heart, and if you actually can do it, then strongly do it. And here's why. You are in a situation, many people, especially when you're going up to university, or you're leaving university, or you're leaving high school and stuff like that, when you have the ability to, you have been conditioned to your hometown for at least 18 some years. You have seen that your town is a bubble. It's a very safe bubble. It's a very comforting bubble. And a lot of people will stay in that bubble. Those people as nice as they may be, are not the people you want to be with for the rest of your life. Because they're going to be there in that town. They're going to have a bubble mindset. They're going to be those people who will never leave that semblance of their bubble and open up to the world and stuff like that. You leave town 1 hour away for just a little while, be it university, be it for a little while, anything. Go live with a friend, you know? And I'll get into a parent thing in a little bit. But you leave for a little bit. You are now in a situation where the world is open to you. You are now in a situation where everything is new. You have people from all over coming to talk to you. You know, when I went off to university, I went off 1 hour and a half away, and I went to a different state. I had met so many people from the state of Wisconsin that I had never met before, and all their opinions and stuff like that. And people had met me, an Illinois person who they had never met before. Conversely, cultures, ethnicities, races, you know, sexualities, you know, and all that stuff. All these things start to combine, and it is within that discomfort that you will find your true comfort. It's within that discomfort that you'll find your true comfort. You'll find your true crew. You'll find your true friends. And there's nothing wrong with going back to your bubble as well. There is solace in that bubble. Your parents are there, and your old friends are there too. There is some semblance of comfort there. But at the same time, to truly understand yourself and to truly grow in this world, you have to take that step out of that bubble and experience that discomfort. So if you can, do it. And my parents were so against it too. I understand it. That, you know, your parents would be like, oh no, like I don't want you being out there in the world and stuff like that. It's dangerous, is this, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But it, you know, after a little while, when they saw how happy I was, when they saw that I was genuinely having a good time, I was safe, I was, you know, growing, I met some of the best friends and crew of my entire life to this day, right? Like meeting Guavs, Liquid, and all the groups and stuff like that too underneath. Like they came around like, yeah, you know what? He's okay now. You know, he's left the nest and he is able to maintain, you know, he's able to handle himself. And now things just are great. You know, I have a great social, you know, group. I am able to do my own hobbies. I'm able to grow and be as a human being. And in that same regard, my parents are able to also see me do my hobbies and see, hey, yeah, this is actually really good for him and we don't need to coddle him that much for so long. It is a very tricky situation, and I know everyone is not able to do so. People live in countries that's just not possible. People live in family situations where it's just not possible. That being said, though, once you become an adult, 18, 21 years old, just do it. Give it a shot. Even if it's just for a month. Even if it's just for, 1-2 months. 1 hour away. That's it. You'll see your entire life and aspect. Your viewpoint will change. And that is something I genuinely think that more and more people need to do. Because it will make your life better. If at all possible. Apart from gaming skills, would you say you're pretty dexterous? What are some activities you've tried out related to this? Crafting, painting, anything requiring more position? I would like to think so, just given the fact I run a lot now, but I would say my recent journey into cooking with a game of HelloFresh and working at Knife/Hot Things does require some form of dexterity, so I would say yes. I don't cut myself and burn myself as often. I don't really cut myself in general. I burn myself a lot, but I don't cut myself. I also used to play badminton in middle school, so kind of ish. If I had more time in the world, I would love to continue playing badminton, but I am strapped for time as is. So starting anything new is just a surefire way of me burning myself out. So that is not going to happen. If you weren't a gamer/streamer but were a turtle on a lone island surrounded by island people who you can't tell love you or want to eat you, would you try to devise an escape or accept your fate, whether it be to be loved or to be eaten? See, the problem is that turtles are inherently so, but also can, I don't know what the fuck I wrote, but what I'm trying to say is turtles can live on both land and water. If I'm gonna be eaten, I'm just gonna walk. Oh, slow. That's what I meant to write. Slow. I'm just gonna go chill in the water. And if things are great, I come back on land, hang out with people. And if things are bad, sayonara, I'm just gonna go hang out on the water. Can't come in salt water, silly humans. Also, do people even eat turtles? I imagine in some country, somewhere in the world, turtles are things that are eaten, but like, is that a common thing? Do people like eat dead turtles and like use their shells as bowls and they make like turtle stew inside their shells or something like that? I wonder if this is actually the case. Chocolate turtles are a thing. Do you like Dora the Explorer? Do you know how to make an impression of her? Don't have to if you don't want to, but I want to know if you like Dora. Despite my patience with a lot of things, I really hated how long the show took whenever she asked a question. As for an impression...
Just a few souvenirs. For the memories.
Do you know how to say subscribe in Spanish? Gracias, Yahiko. I feel great today. Oh, Dios mío. No, I can't do a Dora the Explorer. I do not have that kitty of a voice, or high of a thing to be able to do so. But hey, I tried. Thank you for the sub, Yahiko. I appreciate it. Hey, this might not be a question, but I want you to know that I appreciate and enjoy your stream and YouTube videos a lot. I will always look forward to what comes in your future. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's been going on. We both know the game we're going to play. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around, desert you. Never going to make you cry. Never going to say goodbye. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you. It was bound to happen. I started this with like hope. I was like, oh, is somebody like confessing their feelings to me, slash like really just pouring out their heart and stuff like that, and I got to like the third line and I'm just like, yeah, of course, unfortunately. Thanks for stopping by, Hiko. Catch you later. And so yeah, despite that, I realized yeah, no, that person was not confessing their undying love and feelings for me. I just got rickrolled, and so that is that. That was actually the last question. So I'll talk about the future of the channel for a little bit, and then I'll open up the thing to any ad hoc questions that you guys might have as well for a little bit, and then we'll call it. So where am I gonna go from here? I would like to see some Let's Plays return. I will finish Finding Paradise. That studio also made a third game, and I would like to do that too as a proper Let's Play. It will happen. There are other games that may or may not come as formal Let's Plays. Maybe. It's something that I've been toying with bringing back. Just pure recorded content versus streaming and stuff like that.
Just a few souvenirs.
Oh, and thank you for the sub.
Memories.
Boy, you guys do not have to do this, but I appreciate every little bit of it. Continuing streaming JRPGs and other types of games, the schedule is going to stay the same, the name of the game is going to stay the same. I will explore my journey of JRPGs and whatnot, and other random platformers. Demon Turf is going to be coming to the channel soon. When Hajimare and Ayuta drop, they will also be coming to the channel. Tokyo Xanadu is going to come to the channel at some point. Like, there will be a return to Falcom. Zwei Gurumin will be there. Tales will eventually make it to this channel. Final Fantasy will make it to this channel. You know, I do have plans for that stuff too. More stuff with Liquid and Guavs is coming. We have talked, and there's more stuff to come. So for those who enjoy the Left 4 Dead content, slash just the content that I make with those two guys, and every now and then Turbo, that is still coming. And we will do our absolute best to give you that group style commentary. So definitely look forward to that. And check them out too if you haven't. The Left 4 Dead stuff is something that I genuinely am really happy that I'm able to do with Liquid and Guavs, and we try but also don't try to be funny, but we do genuinely pour our hearts out into making that an enjoyable experience for you guys as much as possible. There is maybe a chance I might take a break from content creation as a whole and take a voice acting class, either in person or virtual. If doing so, I would probably leave content creation as a whole for like 4 to 5 months.
Just a few souvenirs for the memories.
Oh man, Nem with the gift sub. Oh, you're too kind, Nem. And a hype train has started. Whoa. So there might be a possibility where if I really do commit to it, I would take a break from content creation for at least 4 to 5 months, and I would go through a voice acting 101/102 class, and I would come back with those skills. Maybe. We'll see. Kind of on the fence for that. Refine my commentary style. I think I've kind of done a pretty good job of commentating as I want, but one of the things that I've definitely need to understand is how to deal with dead air on my videos. And so, like, I think there's nothing wrong with dead air, because I really hate forcing commentary if at all possible. But I also feel like I can come to streams with a little bit more to talk about than just the game and what's actually going on and stuff like that. So definitely refine how to deal with dead air and just commentating in general. I feel like I still am babu in that, and I would like to get better at that and whatnot. And hey, honestly, do this for another 5 years. I don't know where life is going to take me within the next 5 years. At least for the next 2 years, I will still be around. I don't know if significant others, child, having a child, changing houses and stuff like that, or just anything of that, jobs, world, anything will change that. But hey, if I can, I will continue to be here for the next 5 years. And hopefully within the next 5 years, maybe I can get that extra 0 on the views. Maybe I can get that extra 0 on the follows. Maybe I can get that extra 0 on the sub count as well. I will continue to give my absolute best at this craft that I do, and I will try to be that fun dude that you all have come to enjoy over the past 5 years and such. And who knows where we'll be 5 years from now. Maybe we'll come back to this in 5 years and I'll be in the metaverse with a 3D, 4D turtle talking to you all into your brains and whatnot. But yeah. So that was everything I had. I have like 5 minutes before I need to actually hop off. It's pretty good timing. So I will take any ad hoc questions and or requests that the chat might have for the next 5 minutes. Or we can just talk amongst ourselves. What was the BGM? The BGM was this, I think. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad the stream was enjoyable. But yeah, it was some lo-fi Toho beats. Pretty good. Go check out Moontone. Dude's awesome. Favorite video game soundtrack? Oh, you son of a gun. I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that, Guavs. Favorite video game soundtrack? Singular game would probably have to be like Toho 8 or like Toho 10. But like as a whole, Falcom just is too good. I'm making my goal to come visit more of your streams and fix my schedule this year. It's all good. The VODs are there. Don't lose health over me. Yeah, I mean, CS1, CS2 is pretty top tier. Final Fantasy X has a pretty great soundtrack, I would say, even to this day, both its original and its remaster and stuff like that. Favorite Kirby game? Squeak Squad, because it was also one of my first Kirby games, and honestly, the combination of abilities in that was pretty top tier, not gonna lie. Favorite H-tag? Vanilla. Get that NTR ugly bastard out of here. Hell no, we are straight vanilla in this house. Favorite snack food? Almonds, rice puffs, baked Cheetos. Favorite story in a video game? IMHO Kingdom Hearts 1. That still hits to this day with the way it does story and pacing on its own. E7 is pretty top tier with the story, admittedly. East Oath and Felghana is pretty top tier with the story. Favorite monkey? Oh boy. Monkey Blue from Ape Escape 3 because he wants to go on a date with Monkey Pink. But also Pipachi from Ape Escape 2. That is easily top tier monkey. What, did I miss any other questions? Favorite song from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Do you think I know some of the songs in that game? That song that plays when you fight Monsoon is pretty top tier, not gonna lie. I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty top tier. At 7 will make you cry. 7, I swear to God, is just like, I did not think that game was gonna hit me with the story, and in the beginning it didn't, but god damn it, by the end, I'm so into it. Memorable video game quotes. Fire Emblem Awakening when Frederick gets a critical and he goes, "Pick a god and pray." Pretty top tier. No, there's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart. Boy, hell, did I hear that one a lot as a kid. I think Frederick stands out the most. Pick a god and pray. That's just like so short and so sweet and like so powerful, in a way. That I love it a lot. And the song, whenever you hear the song Conquest Ablaze in the Ablaze version, yeah, that really hits home with Frederick just being a top tier, amazing bastard in freaking, I was crying the tattoo shop when playing East Origin. I don't know if I cried at Origin, but it was pretty good. Hugo's story is just a huge meme, but it's still a good story. Favorite Trails game is CS1, CS2 for those wondering. Favorite East game right now is probably Oath and Felghana or 8, but my favorite soundtrack comes from East 6, Ark and Nepishtim, or East 7, because holy heck, those two songs are so good, or two soundtracks are so good. Favorite Final Fantasy is still 10 because I have not played that many of the other ones and Joey's gonna kill me for it. Before you go, I'd like to exercise my entitlement as a subscriber and request that you stream Akiba's Trip. What? Akiba's Trip. Sure. What? Can I? Can I? I might have to record that one, but can I? Because of the second tag here? Can I? Oh man, it was only $20. Undead and Undressed. What is this? The suburban Tokyo ward seen it all, from Japan's post-war reconstruction to this economic bubblegum crisis of the 80s. Oh my god. Favorite anime right now? Right now? Saekano season 1, 2 in the movie. The hell yeah, dude. Megumi. Let's go. Kato Megumi. Best waifu. Thoughts on Jerry Trainer? Dude's awesome. I think he's a great actor. I watched my SL plays jank as hell. Oh boy. On OnlyFans? Yeah, I might be able to. I would probably have to record this one so I could get around the second tag and stuff like that. But hey, you know what? You have piqued my interest with this one. Streaming to OnlyFans, huh? Hey, Chris, thank you so much. Hey, Rio, thank you so much. Bro, you should get an OnlyFans. Why are... Hold on. Could I multi-stream to YouTube? I'm like, could I stream to OnlyFans? I don't think that would work out very well. You know what's funny, actually? I was going to, I do have it, and I was going to one day figure out a way to do not safe for work streams, because I wanted to do a full playthrough of Euphoria, that like crazy VN, but I never really figured out how to get around it. I mean, come on. You're telling me you wouldn't want me to see me voicing some of these things? And it's, oh god. You know, it reminds me of No More Heroes that just got animated. Like, pure moe animation. XC did it. It's a very positive review. Modern day setting enhances gameplay option and adds pop culture feel. The in-game smartphone is used to check email, read comments on Pitter, take side quests, catalog ad flyers. This is just more anime freaking Tokyo Xanadu. Play How to Fall on stream. How much is it? How to $9. Oh, dude, they have the, what is this? Collector's Edition, Holiday Star Edition. You guys really want me to do this, right? Without Falcom's coy embarrassment holding it back, I see. All right, this could happen. This is a possibility. I might do this. This is a possibility. You can invite people to voice for you. Oh, the lads will be there. The boys will be there if I do this. Isn't that right, Guavs? There's no way they're gonna let me go with this one alone. Angel Higure. Sakuya Label Shirogane. Oh my goodness. Bro, my missus walked in on me playing Euphoria. How did that conversation go? How did that go? We'd be pissed if we weren't there, exactly. La Belle! Indeed. He had enough. Well, I do have other things to do today, actually. I'm running out of time and such. But hey, thank you all so much for coming out to this 5-year anniversary. If you like what I do, give me a follow, give me a subscription on YouTube, share it with your friends, share it with your family. We got Crosscode tomorrow again at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got Cerulean Skies content coming up soon as well, so go give Cerulean Skies a follow as well. I got some more Left 4 Dead coming your way as well. I have another session in the works that I just gotta render and upload. If you like what I do, then in the About section of my Twitch and the About section of my YouTube channel, there is a feedback form. If you like what I do, then let me know. And if you think there's something I can improve on, then let me know. But as always, thank you all so much for coming out to this session of Golden Drummer 730 Talks and whatnot. And I'll catch you guys all next time. Bye-bye.